Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do this last piece of, I think it's a Montana moss agate. I'm not positive on the location it came from. I bought it at a rock shop down in Makanda. But I've done a few of these before. It's got some pretty good colors to it. Well, it's not really different, not really colors. It's got some pretty good patterns. Let's put it that way. Let's see if I can get it. I've done a few of these before. Now this one's got a fracture on it. And it's right here on this side right here. Kind of comes around from here and then it goes up this way. But, or no, it goes down this way, but it only comes into right about there, I think. Now it may have came in further and healed on the other end, but I don't know for sure. But I know I've tried to break it and it won't break. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a freeform cab out of it. Now I'll bring you guys along. And I'm gonna go ahead and start on the 80 grit just for a little bit, just to shape it, to get it down where it's rounded on the edges so that I can run it side to side like this. And we'll go ahead and get started. So here we go. Guess I could shut that off. Okay, here's my shape. Not going to be all that fancy. I just basically smoothed it down on this side, I think. On this side, actually, it had a dip here, so I had to bring this end and this end down to it. Still got that fracture in there, and it's left a little pit over here, but I think I may be able to get that out on the 280 grit. And then there you can see a little bit of the fracture over here on this side, so there's a little bit of pitting there also. Let me show it on this camera. I've got it on HD and it only zooms in 2 power instead of 4 on HD, 4K. There's the pitting. You can see the white in it. Hopefully I can get that out. And here's the one that's got the fracture actually in it. And it's right there above my finger. And you should be able to see the shadow from what's left of the. There was a chip in it. It was fractured, but it also had a chip up here on this upper side, so I had to round that a little bit more. Plus this was a little bit thicker on one end than the other. As you can see, it still is, just a little. But that's not going to matter anyway. That end will probably be the bottom, so it'll be hanging down, which will make it easier to keep it stayed down. But that should, I'm gonna go ahead and work some more on it. trying to figure out my DaVinci program. It's doing the same thing it did before, not showing the video when I transfer it over. It shows that it's there, but it doesn't show the video itself or do any of the audio. But it shows the thumbnail for the video, and when you hit it, it says it's not linked, and I don't know why it's. And then when you try to search for the link, I can go to the file that I got it out of, and it shows there's nothing there that matches my search. It doesn't show anything at all in the file, but the files on my computer or on my hard drive. I've got an external hard drive in it, so I've tried uninstalling the program, and I've done that 4 or 5 times in the last day, and every time I load it up, it does the same thing. And I don't know what's causing that, but I looked on the forum, and the only thing I could see on there that might change that is if I put it in directly off the memory card into the computer, which I can do with these cameras. And so that's why I'm making this video right now, just so that I can try it out, and hopefully, because I don't have anything for tomorrow yet. The video I was going to edit for tomorrow won't load. So I may miss Sundays, but you won't find this until I've already missed Sundays or not. Or you won't hear this until I've already missed Sundays or not. Because I would have put that one out first, because that's the agate that I cut, agate nodule I cut in half and polished the 2 faces. And I want it to be up next, because this is from a completely different video. I'm trying to do a little of each in the video, but I think I've already done one of each from those cut video, or new batch number 3. New batch cutting video number 3, or actually it's the new batch. Yeah, that's actually new batch cutting video 3 and polishing. But when I put the intro or put the title on it, I put that it's a Brazilian agate from the new batch, and then the number of the cut video it came from. Okay, I'm back. I got that all. Got a piece of super glue on there, on my finger. There's the one side. You can probably see the little shiny spot on there. That was the open fracture. I closed it up, and then there's the one on the other side. It's a little bit longer, and it's not quite as clear as the other one was, but I don't think it's going to be bad, because I gotta cut quite a bit of that off there anyway with this next wheel, and I'm hoping that that glue accelerator actually is true, but it said it cures immediately. So I didn't have to wait 24 hours like I did with all the other ones that I've stabilized. Okay, I'm back. I got that all. Got a piece of super glue on there, on my finger. There's the one side. You can probably see the little shiny spot on there. That was the open fracture. We closed it up. And then there's the one on the other side. It's a little bit longer, and it's not quite as clear as the other one was, but I don't think it's going to be bad because I gotta cut quite a bit of that off there anyway with this next wheel, and I'm hoping that that glue accelerator actually is true. But it said it cures immediately. So I didn't have to wait 24 hours like I did with all the other ones that I've stabilized. On this one here too, you can see where it runs. Oh, I didn't zoom that in. That probably would have helped. It is clearer than I thought it was. Never mind. Anyway, you see the shiny spot coming right up there. That's that line right there. It comes over and it goes across the back side also. But it stops. Actually, it didn't. Right about there is where it was open too. From this side. So it filled what little bit was left open. The rest of it's healed up because there's no crack. I guess I can get that out on this one. Let's do it on this one. Let me do this real quick. I got a couple of scratches here that I didn't notice on my edge. Actually, to tell you the truth, I think I got that from my pocket knife. And I can't believe my pocket knife was hard enough to scratch this stone. Because that's the only, well, I did take it to this when I may have got that on a scritch. Because it was just 2 scratches. Okay, here we go. Let me adjust this camera here too. It was zoomed in on the other ones. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm done with it. It took me 3 hours. Not bad. That's why I like these smaller ones. They're better than them big old wide ones. And samples. There's the first side. I already took it to the aluminum oxide also on the flat lap because it was a little cloudy, just like the last ones I did like this. I got one more piece left, and I think I'm going to throw it in the tumbler because that fracture seems to go all the way around on it. There's no way to get away from it. I could probably do, well, no, because it's got another one coming through right in there, but it's been healed except for back here. Now I don't know how much of that's healed, or this here. This one comes all the way around. Oh, this one's the one that goes up to there. Never mind. I don't know where it goes. But I decided I didn't want to take a chance on it, so I'm going to throw it in the tumbler. When I get some new barrel, I'm just going to go buy me a new Harbor Freight tumbler for $69. I wanted to get a lid for the Harbor Freight twin tumbler, and they didn't have any listed. They had the drums listed for $44 a piece, but all I needed was the lid. And why would I buy one drum or two drums? I need two lids. Why would I buy two drums for $44 a piece when I can get the whole thing for $69? Tubs, machine, all of it. All the two barrels, the 3-pound barrels, and all of that. There's that side. I think I showed it to you once, but I don't know how good. It's all right though, I got the other camera set up. This piece of white over here is common opal, and it's gotten smaller since I started, and a lot less white because it's thinner now. It's not as thick as it was. There's the other side. And you can still see, which I knew you would be able to, the areas that are stabilized. Right there. And then the other one's on the other side. I guess I pointed the wrong one. There's that one, right in there. It kind of goes this way. But you can see where the glue comes around and to the halfway to the back, halfway to the girdle, or halfway down the girdle on this side. It stops there. And then the other one, ooh. I didn't do that dropping it on the floor, did I? I got scratches in there. Must have done that when I dropped it on the floor, using that old rag to wipe it off with. That's why I went and got a new one. There's the one that's a little harder to hide, but it's not too bad. But here it is with the light behind it. Let's do that. I'll hold it from the ends. That's as much as I can zoom it in there. And there's the other side. Not a whole lot of difference between the two, but like this side should be the front over here. But I'm going to try to get those. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, that helps too. It's going to be hard to get that other light to, there we go. It's just going to be hard to get it to go wide because the only place it'll go wide is on the front or on the middle of the face, just because it's rounded so much. It's a good looking rock. I probably won't charge much for it with that fracture in there, even though it's been stabilized. I don't think it'll break. I don't know how many times I dropped it in the bottom of the tray, and I just dropped it on the floor. Luckily, the floor's got rubber on it, rubber floor on it that I put in here when I got it, built it. When they built it, I'm gonna find my scratches again here so I can get them off. There they are. They're shining back like they're fractures, like they're deep, and they weren't there just before I polished this or put it on the aluminum oxide anyway. But anyway, I'll fix those, but I won't make you guys suffer through it. But that's the video. Thanks for watching. I'm making this one a little short because I'm trying to get my DaVinci program back to working again. So I'm going to download this straight into the DaVinci program rather than saving it to my computer or the hard drive, external hard drive I use for my footage. Just because my computer's only got 500 gigs and I got a 3 terabyte hard drive. And I don't want to fill up my computer, my laptop hard drive, because I got enough stuff in there I think I've got a third of the hard drives just from program files that's on there to begin with from the Windows program. But I'll go ahead and touch this up and put it in there. But thanks for watching, and you guys have a good day. I'll shut up now because I'm losing track of where I'm at. Typical me. But anyway, you guys have a good day and stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully there'll be a next one. I've looked at a few more editing programs, but the only one that I think I like might be CapCut, but I don't like the format, but the way you've got to do it all in one bar or stack up your footage this way. Well, my computer's only got that much space for that bar or for that section, for the timeline section. And even doing it on the TV, it's still going to be, it'll be wider where I could make it smaller and still be able to see what it is, but I'm still not going to be able to tell what it is because there's going to be times when I'm going to need to swap cameras out and all that, you know. But I think what I'll end up doing is just cutting it and making straight cuts instead of swapping just the video over and leaving the same audio, because I've not had much problem with the audios lately now that I've got these two good mics. And this one's finally broke in. It was where it wouldn't charge all, it would charge, but then it wouldn't stay charged until after I'd charged it, you know, a dozen times or so. Now it's working better. But anyway, you guys have a good day and take care.